Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the world of Craig. If you haven't been to my channel before, up until now it's been all about hair colour and hair colour education tutorials. I'm crazy for hair. I've been hairdressing for 30 years. I work on clients day to day and I also get involved in session work. But I thought it was time to mix things up a little bit and to put myself out there in a way that I haven't done before. So this is the first video where I'm going to do that. And this one is going to be all about the professional products that I use day to day in salon to create the looks on my clients. If you want to check out those looks, go to my Instagram. That will be linked down below or over there somewhere. But sit back, relax and enjoy my hair colour favourites. So I'm going to start with my favourite hair colouring product in the world. That's kind of a big deal, but you know. And that is Redken Shades EQ Gloss. Now, for those of you that haven't seen Shades EQ Gloss, what is it? Well, it's a demi-permanent conditioning colour gloss. I use it day to day in the salon. I use it on pretty much anybody that has their hair coloured. If people sit still in the salon for too long, I'll put one of these on their hair. It's an incredibly shiny demi-permanent colour. It doesn't really cover grey. It will blend grey, some grey, the first few grey hairs, but it's really a gloss shine toner for whatever you want to use it for, really. There are lots of shades within the range and they're all intermixable. There's also a clear in the range, which is great for diluting down your blonde toners to give you very translucent results. I post on my Instagram, which will be linked down below. I post lots and lots of different formulas. I like to share all my stuff with you guys because when it comes to hair colouring and products like this, it is all about mixing it up. I very, very rarely use the same formula on two clients because as hairdressers, we want lots and lots of scope, we want lots of variation. You don't want to be turning out a lot of the same thing. And that also means that your clients are a lot more loyal to you because the colour is customised exclusively for them. If you haven't tried Shades EQ and you can get hold of it, try it out because it really is the most incredible colour. So next up, it's probably the biggest game changer that the hairdressing industry has seen in 20 years. And that is Olaplex.
Wow!
So if you haven't heard about Olaplex, you probably live under a rock or you just don't really care. But Olaplex is a bond multiplier. It basically makes your hair strong. Whether your hair is weakened to environmental factors or you've mullered it with the straightening irons or it's really, really bleached and over processed. I don't do any lightening services in the salon without using Olaplex. I use Olaplex #1 in all my lightening formulas and I also add it to all my toner formulas. When I use Shades EQ Gloss, I add 1 ml of Olaplex into my formulas. Olaplex #2 has become really quite a versatile in-salon treatment. I use it as mini treatments on clients for 5 minutes. I obviously use it when I've used #1 as a follow-up to finish the treatment. And then I use it as a cutting lotion, which I then shampoo and condition before I style the hair. And I also use it as a leave-in before I blow dry the hair. Just a pea-size amount through the mid-lengths and ends, just to give you that strength and to rebond the hair whilst the hair is dry. If you haven't tried Olaplex, seriously guys, I really urge you to go out there and get like a trial kit and give it a go. I've got clients who have got long, full head bleachers, full head lighteners, whose hair would never grow to be the same length, who could never grow out their fringe. And they've been using it since I've been using it, which is about 3 years now. And their hair is super strong. You know, it really is the most fantastic thing to get your hands on. Go check it out. Next up, it's my direct dye favourite, and that is Pravana. Now, these products, they're not distributed in the UK yet, You can get hold of them from a UK website and you can find them on eBay. But anybody that looks at Instagram or watches tutorials on here will have heard of Pravana. They are kind of the leading edge in direct dyes. If you've seen any of my tutorials on my channel, you will see that a couple of them do feature Pravana really heavily. The reason that I love them, there's a couple of reasons. The first one is they're really easy to use because they are cream based. So where you place a Pravana colour, be it a pastel or a neon or a vivid, it stays. So it doesn't transfer onto the rest of the hair. So when you're doing things like colour melting or partial techniques, it's really fantastic because you know that you have the assurance that where you put it is where it's going to stay. Secondly, I've used all the different direct dyes throughout the 30 years that I've been hairdressing, but I do find that the Pravanas, even the pastels, tend to last quite a long time. They have quite a lot of longevity in the hair. If you, obviously if you're washing your hair every day or you're washing your hair with really, really hot water, then direct dyes are not going to last as long. But I do find that the Pravana really do give you that longevity. They also make the hair feel really fantastic, and that's important obviously for us as hairdressers or for human beings. Everyone wants their hair to feel nice, and they do give it a really, really good shine. So my go-to when it comes to direct dyes would always be Pravana. So number 4 is a Framar tint brush. I know it's a little bit sad, but any hairdressers out there who have used these Framar brushes will know they really are fantastic. And at the end of the day, great tools help us do a better job day to day in the salon. I was in New York about 3 years ago and I bought myself some of these for the first time. Got back to the salon and I loved them, used them a lot. And then within about 6 weeks, they disappeared, as things do in the salon. Anybody that works in the salon day to day will know that things never stay where you put them. So I recently bought myself some more. And this one in particular, this extra large one, it's really sad. I'm sorry, but I just love it. I'm completely crazy about it. When I'm using Shades EQ Gloss in the salon, this means that I can put demi-permanent colour on so much quicker because it's got a much wider head on it. It's also very cleverly got a slightly textured barrel to it. So when you're holding it, when you're wearing a rubber glove, a polythene glove, it means that you can really feel what you're doing. It's got a great grip. This has probably been washed up now 6, 7, 8 times a day, and it's still like brand new. The bristles, haven't started to splay, and it's still like it was when it came out of the packet. They're fantastic quality, and they really help me day to day in salon. So if you haven't used a Framar brush, go and get yourself one. I know until recently they haven't really been available in the UK, but I know you can get hold of them now from salons direct, I think. I'll put some links down below. So go and check them out. They are amazing. So another Redken product has made my favourites, and that is Freehand lightener. Now, I do a lot of freehand techniques in salon. I'm sure you guys do too. Balayage, we've seen over the last few years, has just gone boom. Balayage was something I was taught a long time ago by a French hairdresser that I worked with who was incredibly talented, and I wanted to learn as much as I could from him. And one of the things that I learned from him was balayage. And perhaps because of social media, Instagram, it has just gone boom, and balayage is everywhere. When people first started to develop lighteners that were clay-based, like Freehand is, I basically got a bunch of them in, and I wasn't working in a salon at the time that was a Redken salon. So I got a bunch of them in, tried them all out, and this was the one for me that came out tops. The reason that I love this product is you lay it down on the hair, the outside of the product dries, but it lets the inside of the product still work and do its lifting. So what that means is that you can be really bold with this product, lay it down on top of the hair, and it doesn't spread basically. It means that you get a very even blend on your balayage, but this still has the power to lift the hair. Even when you've got like 1 mil of Olaplex in the product, it still gives you the lift that you want. I'm finding that I've moved back to using now as well a mixture of foils and balayage at the same time. But this product always delivers. It always gives me the results that I want. And it kind of takes the fear out of any freehand painting. So, again, it may seem a little bit weird, a bit oddball to you guys. If you're not colorists and you're watching this at home or wherever you're watching this. But something I use day to day in salon is my trusty roll of cling film. Now, obviously they're cling film, glad wrap, saran wrap, whatever it is you guys call it. We all call it something different. It is cling film. It's not desperately sexy. It's not really incredible. But again, leading on from my Redken Freehand, I use cling film day to day in the salon on my balayage. I like to use it for a couple of reasons. The first one is it just makes sure that everything's very clean and very tidy. And the second reason is it gives me a little bit more insulation when I'm doing freehand techniques. Obviously with foil, you get the aluminium, which gives you that insulation and gives you that extra lift. But with cling film, you don't get quite that much insulation, but it does ensure that you get a nice even lift down the hair shaft. It's kind of crazy, but I make a pilgrimage to get my cling film from Delorme in Paris, which sounds really pretentious, but it basically gives me a reason to go to Paris, and I'm always happy to go to Paris. All cling film works. It doesn't really matter where you get your cling film from, but if you haven't used it when you're doing your balayage, maybe check out one of my tutorials if you haven't seen one of my tutorials, and use some cling film. It'll just take your balayage slightly further to that next level, just to ensure that you get things up as blonde as you need them to be. Okay, so before I move on to my next favourite, I just want to point out that I do work in a Redken flagship salon, which is fantastic for me because even before we became a Redken flagship salon, I was slightly obsessed with a lot of Redken products, one of them being Shades EQ. This next product is one of theirs, but I just want to make it really clear that I'm not paid by Redken to talk about these products. I'm not advertising Redken. Everything that I mention in this tutorial is stuff that I use day to day and that I love and that my clients love the results of. So moving on, we have Redken One United. Now this product is effectively a leave-in conditioner. I've been using it since it came out. As soon as we got it in the salon, I started testing it out on clients, and it really is a brilliant all-round product. I'm a bit of a fan of things that can be used to do lots of different jobs. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever sell anything to my client. I'm not someone who is big on the retailing. I just like to use the stuff in salon and let it talk for itself. Let it speak for itself, if I'm going to talk properly. Now, this one is a multitasker, so it's fantastic for sealing in colour, protecting hair from heat, on kind of finer, fluffy hair, just taking that fluff out. I spray it on after every colour service really in the salon. It's water-based, so it's kind of very lightweight, but it also offers UV protection, anti-static protection. All of my clients that have full head lighteners or a lot of balayage in their hair use this day to day. And it really does give you those really fantastic results, multitasking results. The other great thing that you can do with this is if you've got someone in salon with very porous hair and you're going to zone tone it, so you're going to give it a slight root shadow and then soft it as you work down the hair shaft, this is a fantastic porosity leveler. So you can use it on the mid-lengths and ends of the hair before you apply any further product, just to make sure that the product doesn't grab or just to get a softer result. It's a really brilliant all-rounder. So next up, it's not actually a hair colour product as such, but it's something that makes hair color look really incredible, and that is Oribe Glaze. So I use a lot of Oribe products in my session kit, and because they basically give really incredible results time after time, and they smell amazing, and the technology is really cool, and the packaging is really beautiful, the components are really lovely. This was given to me, the first bottle of this that I had was given to me at an Oribe event, and I got it home and thought, well, yeah, okay, it's not really a conditioner, it's like a glaze. We used to have, in the hairdressing industry, they used to do a lot of things like this in the sort of late 80s, early 90s. They were very heavy, they were really silicone based. They made European hair go really flat and greasy, and they weren't really very good. But I had this kicking around in the salon. It was sat on by the side of my section, and I tried it, and I think it's a really fantastic product. It really does give the hair high shine. It's not a lightweight product. So the way that you use it is you shampoo the hair and then you use this as a conditioner. My advice to anybody that's going to try it would be not to use too much, especially if you have finer textured hair, but it does make the hair incredibly shiny. I've used this when I've been shooting, and when a model or an artist has slightly hair that's just a little bit dried out, or the color is not really reflecting the light as much as it could. Shampoo the hair, apply this, leave it on just for 5 minutes, comb it through really evenly, less is more, rinse it out, and the shine is incredible. It does make the hair as well feel slightly smoother. It's not a smoothing product as such, but because it is a silicone-based glaze top coat, it just gives the hair incredible reflect and shine. It's one of those products that I never thought that I would use. I never thought I'd get on with, oh, that's not really for me. But once I did use it, it's become a staple in my kit bag. So last up, it's something that I've recently come to fall in love with and use again pretty much every day in the salon. Well, my amazing assistants use it every day in the salon, and that is Pureology's, I can't remember the name without looking at it, Pureology's Colour Fanatic Instant Deep Conditioning Mask. That's quite a long name. So we recently became a Redken flagship salon, and then afterwards we took on Pureology, which I had never used before. I'm going to be honest and say that I don't know an awful lot about the range, but I do know that any client of mine that has a colour in salon will have this treatment on the hair. There's a few reasons that I really love this, and the first one would be that it's a really fast treatment that really does make a difference. The assistants, it's a busy salon. I do a lot of colour work back to back most days, and you don't have the time to leave a really long treatment on for 10 minutes. This works in like 2-3 minutes. So it really is a case of apply the product to towel dried hair, comb it through, do the massage, rinse it off, and it's done. I'm not a huge fan of heavy conditioners, and this really is not a heavy product. When the assistants are shampooing in salon, when I'm shampooing my own clients, I don't really use very much conditioner at all, and I'm always wary of treatments because they can make the hair really heavy, and I like very soft, natural, textured finishes which don't really need very heavy conditioners. So day to day in the salon, this is what I turn to. Now, it says on the packaging that it's got 21 essential benefits, some of which are helps to nourish the hair, helps to restore softness. It really does make the hair feel soft, I find, but without making it feel really heavy or greasy. Locks in colour. I mean, I've got a few clients that have been using this outside of the salon. They've taken it home as retail, and a couple of my full head lightener clients that have Shades EQ toner on them have been using this, and the toners are lasting longer. And they also find that they can use it every time they shampoo their hair, and it doesn't make the hair feel really heavy. So that's a really good thing to know. It also helps to, what else does it help? It helps elasticity and the strength of the hair. So I was doing some research on this, and it does have a mixture of protein and moisture in the hair. So it's not going to over proteinize the hair as a lot of treatments can, and it's also not going to make the hair fluffy like a lot of moisture based treatments can. So it's kind of good for all hair types. And if your client's hair's got colour in it, or your hair's got colour in it, then it's going to help to make it feel better and to reflect the light more. So it's kind of an all-round win-win kind of situ with this one. So there you go, that's my hair colour favourites video, something completely new. If you've really enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, then please give it a like, please comment down below, and obviously subscribe to my channel. It's been really great to have you guys watching, thank you very much. Please check out my other tutorials or my Instagram, which is gonna pop up somewhere around here, but will also be linked down below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all again soon.